Well, the Memphis Shelby County School Board's leadership is back in question after one of the board members had quite a controversial Facebook comment that is now going viral online. So we'll take a look. Tawana Murphy, this is the responses that she gave a woman who did slide into her DMs, I will say, first. But the woman did threaten or just kind of give some derogatory statement about having her removed off the school board and just kind of coming at her leadership. So Tawana Murphy responded with, "Baby, be quiet before I have you deported." The picture of the woman is there, that's blacked out. And then it went on with some profane language from what it appears to be Tawana Murphy's response to this woman. And it made rounds on social media. It was screenshotted, it was sent around, again, putting bad light on the school district, especially in a tumultuous time with the looming state takeover. She did issue an apology. There was one on video that she did. Then she also followed up with a more formal statement that was sent out to all the media outlets as well as the district. This is the more formal one. "I want to apologize to the community and my board colleagues for interaction in a social media direct message with a member of the community." I won't read the whole thing, but this one was definitely a lot more official, taking a step back, just realizing how much backlash she was getting. Now, Joyce Dorse-Coleman, the board chair, did also respond, if we can pull her quote as well. "I believe that I speak for the rest of my colleagues when I say that we neither condone her comments nor share her expressed sentiments." So it was a little, I would say, unprofessional. I've covered education in other cities before I came to Memphis, and I never have seen quite a response like that. And so I'll turn it to you. I do want to make one also major correction. I accidentally said New Olivet Baptist Church. It is New Olivet Worship Center, Reverend Whalum. I do apologize.
No problem at all. Now, it's interesting that you said, Pepper, that you've covered education in a lot of cities, and you have never seen an education situation like we have in Memphis. I think that says a lot. When I was on the school board, there could only be one person speaking for the school board. An individual school board member couldn't just make public statements. You couldn't just go out. There was a decorum. There were rules. There were policies that we had to follow. I don't know if there are policies now, but if there are, they're not being observed. The fact that a sitting school board member can post the kinds of things that I won't call her name, that we see online is embarrassing. I also think that it is emboldening to children in schools, especially high schoolers, who are prone to overreact and prone to throw hands, if you will. I think they take this kind of thing personally, especially with Hispanic percentages in our schools, and it's just blacks and Hispanics nowadays. I think you need to know that generally. I think it's embarrassing. I think that the state can't come in soon enough. I know Otis and I disagree about that. I think one of the only things that can right the ship is state intervention. But I think it's a complete embarrassment, and I feel almost embarrassed to be saying this still after a year of the same kinds of stuff.
Now, Susan Thorpe of Thorpe Communications, you know how communications work and PR. How do you think the cleanup on this was?
Well, I was going to, having read the apologies after the fact, it just appears to me that the school board's paid public relations agency is doing a pretty good job, maybe earning her keep. So, you know, it seems to me, though, that what happens when our elected officials are incapable of good behavior? And this happens these days all too frequently. No one made Mrs. Murphy run for the school board. She did it voluntarily, and she won. But coupled with the decision to serve an elected office is the unspoken understanding that you represent everyone, not
even
just
those that didn't vote for you.
Yes, not just yourself. What she did to this woman who lashed out at her is that she put a target. Considering all the news of deporting people these days, she put a target on this woman's back when she threatened deportation, which basically she said, go back to where you came from. And I would argue then that Ms. Murphy clearly didn't learn the lessons of the civil rights movement very well. So I think she made a terrible mistake. I think she can apologize. until the cows come home. But it's really, what she did is almost unforgivable.
Now, I want to throw some numbers at you since you did mention the vote. So
Sure.
Tawana Murphy won with 34% of the vote, but 2.9% of the total votes. So she won with about a little over 1,200 votes, but registered voter total is about 43,000. So when you talk about this, you know, people need to come out and vote clearly, and can't be mad if you don't vote, and then you have the person who won with the majority. What do you take from this, Otis, as far as just the disconnect between her and her constituents, or what this says?
Well, I mean, first of all, I think I agree with both of my colleagues here that it was totally inappropriate for her. Even though she was lashed out at by a constituent, she should have taken a higher road. And I think that is something that she is having some trouble doing right now, is taking a higher road. It was totally unnecessary here for her to do this. I think that she spends too much time on social media to begin with. She's on there all the time. And so when you're doing that much social media interacting, you're going to mess up somewhere along the line. Now, a lot of people are rightfully criticizing this, including, I read a statement from Senator London Lamar, and she did not defend Tawana Murphy at all. Matter of fact, she criticized her too, but she made a good point. Where's the criticism for the state legislators who are targeting immigrants as well? That was her point. So if we're going to beat up on Tawana Murphy, and we should also call into question state legislators who are going after immigrants all the time, including passing laws that we'll talk about in the next segment. But this is inexcusable for Ms. Murphy, and I didn't hear her apologize directly to the woman. She apologized to the community and her board. But until she apologizes to the woman, I think it falls flat.
I think one thing with your percentages, you have to remember, you get what you vote for.
Yeah.
And if you don't know who you're voting for, then this should be a lesson in that district, in that school district. Study the biography and the positions of people you vote for.
Well, speaking of voting, the 6 people on the school board who voted to illegally terminate the superintendent. And by the way, nobody's talking about the lawsuit anymore. Fagan's filed a lawsuit that is still very active. Discovery is in process right now. But anyway, the 6 voted to terminate her, and the 3 who didn't vote, I held in high esteem. I respected them to the utmost. But then to see them come back later and stand with the ones who voted improperly, they've lost integrity in my eyes, and I think it's clear that the community doesn't trust them anymore.
All right, we'll let the former school board member wrap that one up for us. Thank you.